So I had this idea for how to start this broadcast. Since we had a bit of a hiatus in the past couple of months, I was thinking I should begin by doing the usual presentation. Hello, it's me, Madhog. I'm hosting the show like it's a normal episode, you see. But then you two, the twins, the evil twins, Dantan and Devar, they burst down the proverbial door and they try to usurp me. At which point I would start yelling, help! I'm being usurped! Or something to that effect. You know? I mean, you guys are British. You would know anything about usurping and whatnot. And that's the punchline. Hey! Okay, skipping all that, this is actually not my show, for a change. This is your show, as the elaborate introduction that we never recorded should suggest. So go off, kings.
And kicking you into the contestant podium.
I'm being kicked into the contestant podium. This is great radio. BBC, eat your hearts out.
Hello, greetings one and all. Once again, I am the one that has stolen the position of host, Devar Akron.
Damn you!
And I welcome you to the Colida special of a game show where we say it's okay to be confidently wrong. And with that, we now repeat the ancient traditional process of introducing our contestants for the evening. Starting with the one I have just kicked to the podium and taken the title of host from, and raising the belt up as we speak. Let's give a warm welcome to Madhog, my master.
Actually, the belt is going off budget, so we will have you to use this random trophy made of plastic. Don't worry though, it's recyclable.
Ooh, paper cup.
Be careful, the edges are sharp.
Contestant number 2, who has hoarded more game show points than any other contestant on this show. Let's give a hand to Marty Mali, aka Hedonistic Actor.
Not even close, honestly.
Have you actually counted if that's true?
No, I'm just doing it.
Considering you have the biggest win-loss record, as in mostly wins, I think the math does itself there.
That is true.
Oh, do I actually have most wins?
Yes! Isn't it obvious?
Oh my
Why
god.
are you looking surprised?
Oh my god, Marty is so humble that he doesn't realise.
Now, Matti is pretending to be humble, because he's an actor, you see.
Yeah.
And lastly, the man that is just here to vibe and have a good time, while possibly getting a few answers right. Let's send our salutations to Icy Pal.
Wow! Kick him in the gutter, why don't you?
I mean, none of what he said was untrue.
I know, but he shouldn't say that.
As that song said during this recording, he doesn't want nor power, nor glory, or gold either.
I appreciate the honesty. It is such a rarity these days on the internet.
Okay, Icy Pal. Icy Pal.
Yes. Yes.
I forgot what I was about to say, but you know what? Never mind. Moving on, please.
Before we can get the show on the road, we must pay our respects to the monarchy that can crumble but never die.
Unfortunately.
Let us kneel to the ghost pirate king of points,
Wait.
Danton, Stormkeeper.
Okay. What?
Yarr, my hearties, give me my paper cup. Yarr.
It's a plastic cup, but yes, okay. Plastic cup.
Once again.
So let me get this straight. So the king died and he returned as a ghost, and it's a pirate ghost?
And a king.
And a king and a pirate ghost?
Yes.
The sea.
Okay. Wow. let Chuck eat your heart out, I guess.
Shut your mouth, you bilge rat, and just get to answering the questions when we ask them.
In due time, my lordship. Anyway, once again, we have all gathered here for one purpose: to get through 3 tiers that showcases a variety of music from many generations of video games, to hopefully crown a winner in the process, via the age-old tradition of any of you 3 answering correctly which video game these mysterious music tracks come from. Though, while I am the one posing the questions, the one who rewards the points is our liege, Danton, who will we check back with upon completion of a tier, which hides 10 musical tracks that must be named, and of course, the one with the most points by the end of the show is our winner for this one night.
And just to make sure, was it Storm Rider?
Stormkeeper.
Ah, okay.
Really, Matti? You've known him for how many years now?
Well, to be fair, Danton's last name is not mentioned very often. It's usually Devar's Arkvaron is more mentioned.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, why aren't you both Archbarons? You're twins.
Guys, housekeeping time. Since this is the Twinsanity episode, that means there is no deduction of points if you don't buzz in or struggle to answer, but we will cut you off if you take too long. So answers prepared on postcards would be preferable. Of course, unless either of us say we want a specific answer, we will accept generic franchise title. And of course, if you know the exact title the piece of music comes from, number and subtitle and all, you get 1 fresh, shiny, extra point for the correct answer. On top of the standard number of points connected to that tier.
So wait,
Now,
what sub-answer?
Subtitle, like Resident Evil, The Door to Evil or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Or a Plague Tale Innocence. The innocence part.
It's basically, if you give us a general answer, you get the normal usual points, but if you know the exact basically one, then you'll get an extra point on top of it.
With all that said, let us begin with unwrapping Tier 1!
I have chosen my emoji, by the way. It's this one. Okay?
Lovely.
Because
Lovely.
that will definitely reflect how I will feel for most of the night, I'm sure.
Yes. Also, as just to clarify, Tier 1 music tends to be pieces of music heard in well-known titles. Dirty casuals know of these tunes, or we know one of you have played these games before. So, shall we begin with track number 1 of Tier 1?
Sure.
Let's set sail, me hotties.
Contra?
I'm afraid not.
Okay.
No. Matti,
Street Fighter.
can you tell me which one?
Second.
You be correct,
I mean,
sir.
off to a great start for the rest of us.
Ah. Okay,
Yes.
I thought the extra points come from knowing the title of the song.
No, that would be for another game type in the future if we ever do one. But anyway, this was Ryu's theme.
Okay.
Can you recognize which version it is actually?
Well, based on the instruments, I would go for the Mega Drive.
I'm afraid not. No.
He's already getting 2 points.
Yeah, I know, but still, I'm challenging everyone else to see if they recognize which version of Street Fighter it is, just for fun.
Is it the arcade version?
You be correct, Madhog, on that one.
But I don't get any point for guessing that, I guess, I suppose.
I'm afraid not. This is just for fun.
Okay.
You
Anyway.
get to feel proud of yourself.
You get fun point.
Shut up.
Okay, shall we go on to track number 2?
Yes.
Marty,
Mortal Kombat.
you'd be correct, sir.
Really? 2 fighting games back to back?
Well, I thought it'd make the most sense, considering the era that they come from.
Okay, I was about to guess Ninja Gaiden.
I was actually surprised no one was coming straight in on this one, either.
First.
You'd be correct on the first one, yes. Okay, shall we go on to the next track, which I'm sure one of you will probably pipe in instantly on.
Hmm.
Really?
I feel I should know this instantly, but
Icy Pal.
Solato Robo.
No, it's not. It's definitely not Soto Robo, I can tell you that much.
Marty.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Oh, that's why I wasn't. I was thinking Final Fantasy something, but no, it's Kingdom Hearts.
Do you know the number?
First.
Yep. First one again.
6 points for Matti.
Yep. 6 points already.
I hate this game.
I was slowing a bit, allowing someone else to guess it first.
Wow.
and yet,
What a humble man this is.
I know, right? Jeez. Anyway, let's go on to track 4, and let's see if any of you recognize where this comes from. Madhog.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
No!
What do you mean, no?
It's not!
It's a Sonic game, though.
You'll be right, it's a Sonic game, but you mentioned the wrong one.
Oh, I get it now. Yes, okay. Yeah, okay.
Icy Pal.
Sonic Shadow Generation.
No!
No! I'm gonna continue for the next few minutes. Well, seconds. I'll come be right. Okay, we're at the end of the track, so Marty, what's your answer?
Sonic Adventure?
No!
It's Sonic Heroes, isn't it?
It is Sonic Heroes.
That was my second guess.
It is the final fortress, the final level before the Egg Emperor fight.
Oh.
This is actually my personal favorite Eggman theme because it really sells not only the evilness but the technological advancement of his skills and building of things.
So, since it's basically the same composer for both of these games, this did sound like an early level in Shadow the Hedgehog.
I get
the one that you cuddle up in bed with on a night.
The one that I can quote until the end of time, yes.
Okay, let us go to track number 5. Madhog.
Silent Hill.
Nope, I'm afraid not.
Where is the damn answer?
Okay. Does anyone else want to take a stab at this? Icy Pal?
Project Zero.
I'm afraid not, no. Marty?
Diablo.
You are correct.
Oh,
Diablo 1, it's Tristram's theme.
Oh, you gave it away. Now we cannot have the additional point.
You're right, I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Good for us.
Sorry about that, Marty.
Yeah, no, I don't need pity point or too much extra points.
I must say, this is an off night for me, and listen. You don't understand. I've been playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth for the past week. I've been playing it until half an hour ago. I still have it on my brain, and I am not focused at all.
Right.
I mean, as far as excuses go,
it's a good one.
I understand, and I get it.
I have to need to have you guys do some sort of a music theory lecture.
How will that help me recognize music that I don't recognize?
Well, when you learn to similar kind of pattern, then you can easier make educated guesses on where it could from if you recognize the style.
Okay, shall we go on to track number 6, fellas?
yes.
Madhog?
Dragon Quest?
No. Icy Pal?
King's Quest.
No.
No, definitely not that. I can recognize that.
Mati?
Space Quest.
No.
I know it was wrong, but I wanted to give a joke answer.
But Mati,
Okay,
with your musical expertise, you should immediately recognize the genre and therefore the game it's associated to.
I have no idea where this music is from.
This is from Fire Emblem.
So
And
which Fire Emblem is this?
This is from specifically the Super Nintendo game called Genealogy of the Holy War.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on a minute. Okay, so you said Fire Emblem, but what I actually heard was Breath of Fire for some reason.
And the Japanese title, for those who are anal about this sort of thing, is called Seisen no Keifu.
Good to know. Thank you.
But yeah, that's why it's in tier 1, because Smash Brothers...
No, I mean, Fire Emblem definitely belongs in tier 1, especially these days. If it were to be Breath of Fire, I would have had an issue with this.
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. It's a tier 2 choice, Breath of
Yeah.
Fire, especially.
I would say even a
how,
tier 3 if it's one of the later Breath of Fire games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go on to track number 7. Madhog,
That's this guy.
can you tell me which number?
Okay, it's difficult to say because this music was featured in several games, including 4, 5, and I think 6 and 7 as well as bonus extras.
Okay, then can you tell me when it first appeared then?
It was number 4.
I'm afraid that's the wrong one, but you still get the point though for the fact that you got the series right. It actually first appeared in the PS2 era with Disgaea 2.
Right. You are right. That actually, I'll tell you more now that my memory has been refreshed. That's the Dark Hero track. And if you let it play a little longer, we can get to the vocals. It's the Dark Hero track from Disgaea 2.
AKA, it's called White Tiger.
Yes, that one.
I just want you to know this is my favorite music from this series.
I can understand why. It's definitely catchy and it reflects its bombastic yet cheesy nature reflects well to the character himself. Hero! Da 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 da, say goodbye. Nando da 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 da. Okay, I'll take this little track and put it in my pocket.
Of course you would. So yeah, that was Disgaea. That was Disgaea. You get a single point because you got the wrong.
Can I get alpha point for that?
No, half a points are for pussies.
Hey,
my liege. He requests an extra point just for knowing that who it was attached to. Do you acquiesce to give the points?
Since I'm feeling generous, I suppose I should give the bilge rats some extra lovin' tonight.
thank you, my liege.
Ooh, favoritism. Down with the monarchy.
Oh, boo! You should have thought about that before not becoming a Disgaea fan, right, King?
But I am not a Disgaea fan.
Exactly, that's exactly what I said.
Come on,
I
it's
don't
only
know.
right to reward extraordinary individuals. That keeps them motivated.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we get on to the next track?
Yes. I would have put that in tier 2, if I'm being honest, but okay.
I put it in tier 1 for the sole reason I knew you played it. And so I thought if anyone's getting this, it's you, Madhog.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Anyway, to the next track.
This is familiar.
Ten seconds left on the clock. Any answers?
I'm waiting for
this
other
piece of
people to
music.
answer before me.
Mati?
Is this from a Prince of Persia game?
I'm afraid not, no. Anyone else would like to take a stab at this? Icy Pal?
King Arthur Knight's Tale.
That's
Icy
definitely
Pal,
not a
that-
tier
I
1.
know this track, but I can't for the life of me remember where the fuck I've heard it. I know I should know this.
I can't believe it. I put this here for you, man.
I know.
Madhog, do you want to take a guess?
I might as well take a wild guess. Is it Warhammer related?
It is not, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, I had to try.
Do you want to tell? Do you want to say it?
Oh, it hurts me so much, my liege. Please, put them out of their misery for me.
It's a Might and Magic game.
Of course it is.
To be more specific, this is Heroes of Might and Magic 3.
No, that's your favorite game, Icy Pal!
I know.
I cannot believe this. This is a theme, apparently. There are people blanking on answers tonight, apparently.
It's not our night tonight, unless you're Matti. In that case, it's always your night.
Yeah. So, with that, despair and sadness, in our wake, shall we go to the next track?
If the next track is from Danganronpa, how appropriate it would be.
Madhog.
Something tells me it's a mana game.
It is not, I'm afraid.
Ah! Okay, I'm over it.
And we're done.
It's a good track, though.
Anyone else want to share any answers with the class?
See, this is why I would enforce the penalty.
I'm giving you a few more seconds. Icy Pal?
Hold on.
Parasite Eve.
Nope. Matti?
Hold on. Where was it? I'm looking for the name. Okay, yeah, Metaphor Refantasy.
I'm afraid not.
Do not forget to post your emoji. That is to say, hit your buzzer.
Yeah. So, anyway, sadly, you all got the answer wrong, and Madhog, you're gonna kick yourself. It's Silent Hill 2.
Welp, I think I just pulled a Danton tonight. Okay, but Matti, all this talk about recognizing musical stylings, and then you...
I said that it's more probable for it.
Okay,
but
clearly, judging by the quality of the track, it is not from a game that came out this year, is it?
Yeah, it's not. And so,
I mean,
that...
there are so many retro games.
Even the retro games have a more crisp sound in their 8-bit or 16-bit or whatever it is bit that they would employ.
Anyway, guys, shall we go on to the last track of Tier 1?
If we must.
We shall, I say. Okay. Anyone wants to take an answer, or shall I give a hint?
I would take the hint, but now that you said it...
Let's see how good your memory is then. We talked about this game at this very end of this tier last time when we had the correct answer to this one revealed. Which was... So let's see if your memory is any good.
I can't remember what I did last week, so I could not possibly remember this.
Okay, so Madhog.
Okay.
What do you think this track is?
Okay, so we talked about this at this time, at the end of the tier. It didn't have anything to do with the actual answer that time.
Speaking of, it was the episode me and Danton hosted, I should specify.
Oh, now my answer was going to be Ratchet and Clank, but that's definitely not it. So
it is definitely not it. Icy Pal.
Sly Cooper.
No.
Close to
Matti, is your memory...
Jack and Daxter?
I'm sorry, guys. Oh... I'm afraid the game was the rival to Unreal Tournament, Quake 3 Arena.
Oh.
We thought about which one came first.
Right, so you need to understand that not only this has been a while ago, but I tend to cut many of our ramblings, otherwise the episodes will be too long.
Also a bit of a problem with this game that we all have a differing understanding of what constitutes such a good memory and what is worth remembering.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, our brains are selective and by design. in many ways.
Yeah, our memories are completely different.
I will completely forget the obvious Kingdom Hearts music because I don't have any particular feeling towards Kingdom Hearts, but you better believe I will remember Hero say goodbye and all that.
I blame nature.
And with that, we come to the end of Tier 1.
Well, yes, we should be. Oh, Lord, what is happening in there?
A bonus round?
A bonus round? In this section, at this time frame, in this part of the video, localized entirely with this game show.
Yes.
May I see it?
May we see it?
No, because you have to hear it instead.
Oh.
Well, I had to do a punch. Well, I had to do a twist to the joke anyway.
Okay, so what is the minigame this time?
It's the return of retro or throwback, everybody.
Oh, that one. Cool.
For just to remind anyone who has forgotten, or the audience who need to know how this one works, basically I will be playing a game that is either a retro game or a game that is masquerading.
I think we needed to clarify something else here. What is your definition of retro? What constitutes retro to you? Is a game from 10 to 20 years ago retro? By that logic, Silent Hill 2 would be considered retro, for example.
It is in the zeitgeist right now. The PS2 is considered, but I mean, I don't count it personally. I think the PS1's more retro right now.
Yes, but that's my concern, because when we start to compartmentalizing what retro is and is not, and we associate it with a console rather than a time frame, this becomes confusing.
Another thing to consider, right, is that, what is the majority of indie games or other games that are pretending to be retro games?
Too many to count.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm telling you this, if they're trying to emulate sound effects and all that from retro days, sort of so it's best to consider what most developers are using to emulate the music of sort of thing.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to be playing this track, and you have to type into the chat whether you believe this is a retro game or it's a throwback to one.
So this is 5 points, if I remember correctly.
It should be 5 points, if I remember correctly, yes. So, anyway, for 5 points, let's see if any of you can suss out whether it's real or if it's a fake. Okay,
so
I think that's enough.
If the intent here was to emulate a track from the SNES or Mega Drive days, then this obviously seems like a throwback to that era, and you can tell it's a throwback because it's a bit too complex of a composition to be from the SNES days, so to speak. That's the logic I have. Unless, of course, this is a trick and the game came out on PlayStation 2.
Okay, so that's your reasoning.
Yes.
Mati, what is your reasoning for it being a throwback?
I mean, pretty much the same that combines this kind of an 8-bit sound, but then there's also this 16-bit sound.
And then also 32-bit, I would say.
Yeah, so too many bits are thrown.
Too many bits.
Interesting.
The only thing I think the only track that I can name from that era that combines those 8-bit and 16-bit styles is the Porky Means Business from Earthbound.
Right. Okay, Icy Pal, why is your thought driven to it being a throwback?
I thought it sounded pretty complex for something from the 16-bit era, and it sounded to me something more modern that is trying to sound like it is from the 80s and early 90s.
Okay, interesting. Guys, I'm going to reveal to you 2 shocking things about this. 3 even. 1, this was intentionally a trap.
I knew this. I knew this was going to be a trap somehow.
Secondly, you are all right.
Oh.
This is a throwback. You reversed my trap because you see, right? The reason I chose this track was because the game that was released on Steam is called Xenocrisis. And Xenocrisis was actually designed to run on this hardware it's trying to emulate. So this music track can actually play on the original hardware.
And what's the original hardware, I want to ask?
The Mega Drive.
Oh, really? This seems a bit too articulate for a Mega Drive composition.
I mean, what does our resident composer expert say? Is it possible to squeeze music like this out of a Mega Drive?
Well, I'm not that much of an hardware expert, but I guess that 8-bit thing really threw me off because it's not an...
Okay, I have to ask you, what part of that felt like 8-bit to you? Because it seemed 16-bit to me from the start.
Could you play it again? Yes, I was trying to hear that chip tune, but now that I think of it more, maybe perhaps...
There is a bit more of a synth to that chip tune. That's not something you can do with 8-bit.
I must admit, I'm actually floored by the fact that this did not trick you guys. I need to try harder.
I think we tricked ourselves into getting it right. That's what happened.
Yes, we were too stupid falling into the trap.
Speak for yourself.
Doing Homer.
Oh yes, okay. We pulled a Homer apparently.
S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T. Anyway, Danton, my liege, can you enlighten us with who is in the lead
wow.
right now?
Oh wow.
Well, Mihatis,
that's painful.
In third place
painful to see.
Is Icy Pal with 5 points. In second place, we have the Bildrat Madhog with 7 points. But sailing away in the distance in first is Matimali with 12.
As it's often the case.
Yeah.
Tier 2 and Tier 3 are still obstacles in your paths, everybody. So
I know the rest of your guys' taste is more anime than mine, so I might get wrong.
You always say that.
And I keep saying, I don't want to hear that from you, Matti.
and
if I only had this good luck in lottery.
This was just the calm waters. Now we are sailing into much more harsher weather.
Yes. Okay, I have to say it. Mortis.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
we've been hit with multiple snowstorms recently.
Anyway, I will say one thing, Matti. I do not count myself anime. I more consider my musical taste to be more varied in taste.
Yes, I will back you on that one, and I will also say, what the hell are you talking about? What is anime music? What even is anime music? And for that matter, what is game music? Right?
Well, I was more referring to Eastern role-playing game music.
Aside from this guy, I did not guess any of the RPG music tonight. What are you talking about?
Anyway, on to Tier 2, everybody. These are pieces of music from well-known games you may have heard being shared and talked about, played a piece of music that's played at a later point in a game, or we think you might recognize it. Stressing the might.
Tier 2 is really the weird middle child of this entire show.
It is, but let us pet its head and call it its hardest boy or girl. Anyway.
Those both definitions apply to me.
Okay. Playing the next track. Mati?
Legend of Mana?
No, I'm afraid not. It's not a very long piece of music, but do either of you two, Madhog or Icy Pal, want to buzz in with an answer? Icy Pal?
Breath of Fire.
No. Madhog.
The way you said no, scandalized. Ooh, I don't know.
I mean, that's the type of no I've been getting the whole night.
I'm going to say Grandia.
I'm afraid not.
Okay, not even close, huh?
I could see why you would not get this one, but I put it in tier 2 because, well, Danton put it in tier 2 because it is a piece of music that only plays once in the entire game, and it's from Persona 5.
Of course. You have to punch me in the gonads with Persona 5.
And specifically, this plays the first time that during the cutscene where you meet Anne for the first time.
I don't remember who that is.
It is the lady character, basically, the first one you meet, the one with the blonde hair. And
okay, let us continue and see if anyone can get 2 or even 3 points.
Being optimistic here.
Yeah, I know. This start to tier 2 is not a good one. Anyway, let's go to the next track.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Bernice, and I'll be serving you today. What can I get for you? A drink? Some snacks? Oh, a little flames! Mocktails exercise. Snacks?
Icy Pal.
Zenless Zone Zero.
You are correct.
Wow! Good job!
You get 2 points. I'm not sure if you get 3 because it's the only one in the series.
Yeah, this is not something you can get a bonus point on.
Shall we get on to the next track?
Yes.
Everybody? Icy Pal?
Diddy Kong Racing?
No. I'm going to play this a little longer, just because. Oh, Marty.
What?
Madhog was
Madhog
first.
was
Oh,
first.
Madhog. Right.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Penny's Big Breakaway?
I'm afraid not. I thought you might have got this.
It is oddly familiar, but I can't quite place it.
Marty.
Billy Hatcher.
I'm afraid not, but that is a cut if I've ever heard one. Anyway, I'm afraid, folks, this track comes from the first sequel to a Final Fantasy series game, Final Fantasy X-2.
Right, yes, okay. Remember what I said about Kingdom Hearts? You can apply it here as well.
Yeah, so, the thing is,
I
right,
wasn't interested to play that. I played the Final Fantasy X, and that was a very satisfying meal enough for me.
yeah, I understand. But I put it here because, one, Madhog, I thought he might have got it because the fact that, well, he played the game a couple of years ago.
No, it's more akin to 5 years ago.
As I said, a couple of years ago.
I see, okay, I get it.
Surely a couple is 2.
No, that's a pair.
Anyway, so, and also, the reason this track is here as well is because this track plays in my mind randomly for no reason. Because I kept hearing it during the majority of the mini games that littered that game. Like massaging mini game. Shooting a cactuar mini game. Dancing mini game. I've heard this piece of music so many times, I couldn't help but basically write my own lyrics to it that basically went along the lines of, let's go, let's have some fun, yeah,
Okay, Grandpa, it's time for bed.
You know,
If it lasts more than 3 hours, you really should go and see a doctor.
You know, this reminds me of that time in which I attempted to remake We Didn't Start the Fire by Ethan Joel, but I replaced the original lyrics with a plot summary for Gremlins by Joe Dante.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go on to track 4 now. So,
Ooh! That's lovely. I loved the sudden guitar appearance. That's fun.
yeah, I think that's the best part. That really sounds like something for an awesome chorus to come in for, honestly.
I have no idea what the
Which I
game
would
is, but the
actually-
track is fine.
Yeah, so, Marty, what's your guess?
River City Girls?
Close, but not the right one. Icy Pal.
Vesty Girls 2?
I should have specified a different franchise, but close in relation.
Oh!
Madhog.
It's a Double Dragon. It cannot possibly be one of the earlier ones. But then again, I don't know how many Double Dragon games have been made, so I could say a random number and be wrong. I'm going to say Double Dragon 4?
I'm afraid not, no. It's actually the latest in the 2D...
Again, I thought Double Dragon 4 was the last one.
Nope. the last one has basically was on the PS5. I have the version of Gaiden Rise of the Dragon.
What?
Right.
Let's get off the topic. I'm going to...
Double Dragon 5 was the fighting game. It came out before 4.
Yes. So anyway, guys, I'm going to tell you that this is the best track in Gaiden Rise of the Dragon, in my opinion. It's the piece that plays during one section of the stage, or when you're fighting it, when you're going on your way to fight Okada, the samurai lady. But Madhog, rejoice! You get 2 points at least.
Yay! Thank you. I will treasure them. I will love them. And I will call them George, I guess. Both of them, George.
Also, Madhog, if you want me to link any music that you find interesting, I'll link them to you later.
Okay, well, keep that in mind, because for the next time we do a tournament, I have a fun gimmick in mind.
Okie dokie. Okay, to the next track, everybody.
Okay.
Marty.
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
You would be correct.
Really? Really? This is where you put Final Fantasy Mystic Quest? This is the episode where you put the freaking Mystic Quest in?
Yes.
God damn it.
But sadly, I think you only get 2 points because it was the only one of the series called Mystic Quest. Yes, we shall. I think we should move on, don't you think so, my liege?
I say we've got troubled waters and we need to batten down the hatches quickly, so we cannot waste any further time here.
Is that a kraken I spot in the distance?
Speaking of krakens...
Hey, ye idiot, we be pirates and not Vikings!
Okay, obviously somebody here has never watched the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Let us go on. Icy Pal?
Freedom Planet?
No, I'm afraid not. Madhog?
Chained Echoes?
I'm afraid not, no. There we go.
Matti has buzzed in.
Thanks for indulging my selfishness of wanting to listen to that bit at least. Matti, what's your guess?
Is this from a Mega Man X game?
Oh, guys, this pains me to say, especially to Matti, who has mentioned this game once before. It's from Tales of Fantasia.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Honestly, though, the reason I put this game here, right, is because this piece of music originally came from Tales of Fantasia, but it got redone in Tales of Symphonia because the 2 games are linked to each other.
Yeah, it has been a while since I've played either of those games.
My favorite of Tales of Fantasia. It's basically the piece of music that plays whenever you're fighting the summon spirits in the game.
That would be my next guess.
Yeah. So, specifically, this version of Tales of Fantasia did not get out of Japan, though, since it was the PlayStation version. But it's the best version of this theme from Fantasia.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm disappointed in all of you, so...
Well, get used to it. You're the host tonight.
I know, but I'm just jossing with you guys, okay?
I'm not.
He's really not disappointed with us audience.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to play. Did you buzz in?
Yes,
Madhog?
I did.
Oh, what is your guess?
I am going to, what's the term, throw a limb? Going out on a limb, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Is this a Legacy of Kain game, by any chance?
I'm afraid not, no.
I was going to either say that or Castlevania.
Both are wrong, though, sadly.
Fair enough.
Okay, do we have answers? Icipal or Mati? Oh, okay, Mati.
Is this from a Castlevania game?
I literally just said.
Did you? Okay, can I then guess again?
Yeah, I'm feeling generous. Let's say yes. Let's guess again.
Parasite Eve?
Did you say Parasite Eve?
Yeah.
You be correct.
Fuck
sir.
you!
Oh, it was.
Icipal, you guessed this game ages ago as well.
You can have a second guess because Madhog already said Castlevania. Sure, you can. And then he guesses it correctly. And this really pisses me off. This really sends me over the edge.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I was not expecting him to guess it.
Me
Yeah, but
neither.
what do you know which one it comes from though? Because you just said Parasite Eve in general.
I'm going to guess the second one.
Wrong
Okay,
on
yeah.
that one. But you do get the 2 points, though, at least. Icipal, was that going to be your guess?
No, I would have guessed Eternal Darkness.
Oh.
This is, I will not mince words. This is poppycock. This is Boulder Dash.
This is painful, honestly. Just
Yeah, I didn't hear the conversation properly.
anyway, let's go on to the next one. Mati,
Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Arm.
you recognized it. Good
Oh
sir.
yes, I recognize all the battle tracks from that game.
That means 3 points for this man, I think.
Well, I think we can pack our bags and just leave.
Let's keep going because the towel's not thrown in just yet, guys.
Yeah, I have decided I'm not going to be filthy for being good at my job.
Good.
Good.
Well,
Yes,
I am still allowed to be angry about it.
Okay, I'll be surprised if any of you guess this next track, honestly. But let's see if any of you do get it. Okay, Icipal,
Dark Forest.
I'm afraid not, no. And that'll be the end of the track. So, either you two want to take a guess and buzz in? Madhog?
Green Grimoire.
I'm afraid not. Mati?
Jersey Devil.
Nope. But I could see why none of you would get this one, but I still put it here for the sake of the fact the title is still known somewhat. But Medieval.
Ah.
The one with my man, Sir Daniel Fortescue. Medieval, one of my favourite games, and has some really interesting Tim Burton-esque like music, if you ask me. But anyway, I think we should go on to the next track before we get too distracted.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, now it's a bad thing. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams.
Madhog.
Evil genius.
I'm afraid not, no.
Don't be afraid.
But that's the first thing.
Do not be afraid to say no. Own it.
I'm the nice host.
Did it. Good job, you did it.
Good job, you did it.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Mati?
Borderlands 2?
No. But I can see why you would think that.
It's too witty for Borderlands.
Good job, you did it.
And we come to the end of the track. Not a very long piece of music. Icy Pal, would you want to take a guess?
Bugsnax.
I'm afraid not.
What did you say?
It's not bug sex.
Can you repeat that?
Bug snacks.
Okay, no, I would recognize Bugsnax, actually, but that's not in Bugsnax. Trust me.
This is from the hit game, The Stanley Parable.
Explodes.
It comes from the Ultra Deluxe edition of the game.
I would like you to picture me like that guy from Big Trouble in Little China, the one that explodes because he's so consumed by rage. That face, that exact face, that's me.
That was one of the games that was on my mind, but I wasn't sure if there was a specific villain character in that game.
Unless you count the narrator at some points. But yeah, the Ultra Deluxe edition of the Stanley Parable, where it explores the nature of choices in video games.
How many versions of the Stanley Parable have been released over the years?
Let's see, there's the original Half-Life version that was made.
Yeah, that's the only one that I've played.
Then there's the official version of the game that got sold on digital storefronts. And then we have the Ultra Deluxe edition, where this particular piece of music was added in because in the original version of Stanley the Parable...
Stanley the Parable! Hello, I'm Stanley, I'm a parable. Nice to meet you.
The Stanley Parable, this... In the original version of Stanley the Parable, I mean...
in Stanley Parable.
In the original version of the Stanley Parable, there was a bug in the game where you could walk onto specific objects and over the railing, and you'll be stuck at the bottom of the mind control facility map. And it was originally a bug.
Right, it became an ending.
Yep, it became an ending, as the song suggests.
I will say this, if you played the adventure track from the Stanley Parable, I would have recognized it instantly.
I think everyone would have recognized it instantly.
Isn't the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe secretly Stanley Parable 2?
Yes and no. It's more because they have a section in the game that makes fun of the idea of it being a sequel.
Besides, there was technically a spiritual sequel to the Stanley Parable made by the same guy, but nobody cared about that one.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, we've come to the end of Tier 2.
Mercifully.
But what is this I hear?
Greetings. Stay a while and listen.
Welcome to the Stay a While and Listen segment.
Oh, I thought I had to guess what this track was.
No, but do you recognize it anyway?
No, actually, I was going to throw a random guess here and say it's from Space Station 5.
Well,
Or
no,
Parappa the Rapper, actually.
Space Channel 5.
Anyway, guys, first things first, this piece of music comes from the Deckard Cain rap, which was a parody song by the people who made Diablo 2.
Okay.
With the voice actor of Deckard Cain doing the singing, well, rapping in this case. I believe, Danton, since you came up with the segment, you should talk about it.
Okay. Basically, we're going to give you. You have to listen to 3 music tracks, and one of them is an odd one out in some way. It can be, but in this particular one, there's 3 pieces of music, and you have to listen to them, and one of them will be the odd one out in some way or form. So you have to type in 1, 2, or 3.
Yes. And,
okay, what do you mean by odd one out?
Not from the same game.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to recognize which one of the tracks we are going to hear is not from the same game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's 3 tracks. 2 of them are from the same game, but one of them is not.
Okay. How many points?
Okay. I believe that'll be 5 points for this one.
Okay. Fun.
Okay. So I will play the first track right now. So give me a moment. I will play the next track now. And now the final track of the 3. Okay, I think that's all. So, can we have guesses in?
You know, this is probably the worst time to bring this up, but I forgot to teach you how to check if the tracks you're using have a recognized content ID, which would cause my video to get flagged when I put it up. I forgot to teach you that, so that's... I wonder if this is a trap.
Okay, so...
Well, if this is meant to be a trap,
So
then
what
we all fall together.
Guys,
Yes.
you fell into the
Yeah,
trap.
I knew this was going to be a trap.
Well, isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
So yeah, so 1 and 3 actually come from the same game called Diabolic Original Sin.
I see.
It is a PlayStation 2 game that is very obscure, and the number 2 track, which is the fake, is the odd one out in this case, is Clock Tower 3.
Clock Tower 3 is the one Clock Tower game you can actually play, the bar, because it doesn't have Scissor Man in it.
I know, but it also doesn't have the absolutely tension high music that sends my heart into a heart attack.
That is such a good music. Can I have your permission to feature that music in the tournament?
Which one are you talking about?
The one we are talking about right now. I know you have a phobia about the little man with the big scissors, and I did not want to trigger you. But...
You can use the music. It's just that I really don't want to play the game.
Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to hear. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do not want to see the scoreboard. I do not.
Well, tough you're getting to see it, you bilge rat.
What the hell does that even mean? Oh, God!
In last place, Icy Pal with 7. And then, in second, we have with 9 points, Madhog's Eye Master, the bilge rat. And then in first, we have 19 points, Matty Malley.
Ridiculous. All because of that Parasite Eve debacle.
Yes, but also, guys, remember, Tier 3 is 4 points. For
Tier
every
3
right answer.
is just... If we had this much difficulty with Tier 1 and 2, what makes you think we'll do better with Tier 3?
You might surprise everybody.
Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence.
But because I will say this, that the lead is not... It is still in grasp.
Not to mention, we have to deal with the Hydra.
So, let us start Tier 3. Tier 3 is music that's deep into a game's run. It's so obscure that it's both not known, that it's from either not well-known games or even known games. It's just the track is that obscure. Or it is ones that we would be pleasantly surprised you would know. So let us begin. Madhog?
Mischief Makers.
No.
Okay. Is it...
Wrong error.
Well, okay. Then it's not Dynamite Heady either.
I think that's enough of that one. Matti?
Crazy Clown?
No.
What?
Icy Pal?
Aero the Acrobat?
Nope. None of you got it right.
Surprise, surprise.
This is from the hardest RPG on the Super Nintendo, Seventh Saga. It is a very infamous series, but I intentionally chose a track that I didn't think anyone would guess. Just because any casual person would probably know any casual RPG fan might know of, say, the main theme of Seventh Saga, at least.
Survey says no.
I said RPG fan. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just put it here tier 3, deservedly, my ad, because of how infamous it is, but also how obscure it is. But even that you have to be a hardcore RPG nerd to even know about it. Okay, to the next track. Okay, so
are you not seeing the buzzers when they hit the Discord chat?
I am, but I decided to basically let the music finish because it was close to my cutoff point, essentially. Okay, so Madhog.
Tropical?
No. Mati.
Suikoden 3.
Afraid not. Icy Pal.
A New World.
Nope. I'm not surprised, but Legend of Grimrock. This track plays at as soon as you open the game at the menu. It is a very nice track, in my opinion, and it really sells the adventure and darkness of delving into a dungeon.
It is very nice track, so it gave me a lot more vibes of a pirate adventure at the Caribbean islands instead of dungeon crawling.
Yes, me too. That's why I said the tropical of all things, but...
I'll just go on. Let's go on to the next track then and see if you do any better. Madhog.
No one can stop Mr. Domino.
I want to say that is not a real game, but I know it's real.
It's a real game. It's on the PlayStation 1.
I know it's real. And no, it's not that one.
I put it out there in the ether.
Yes, you did. Mati.
V.
No, it's not that one either. Icy Pal.
Rise Star.
No. Well, this particular music track comes from Wonder Song.
Oh, Wonder Song. Yes, you played it. I didn't.
Yes, it is a absolutely beautiful game in its writing, and it's has really fun, bombastic music. As well.
The developers of Wonder Song have just released their latest game, which is a creature collector RPG titled Beastie Ball. Imagine Pokemon, but they play volleyball. And it doesn't sound like much, but it is the absolute best possible realization of the bizarre concept.
Wonder Song, really great story about a bard who decides to go on an adventure to save the world. Despite the fact he's a pacifist, you really get to see the struggles of being powerless really entails, especially in the face of a world that feels out of your control. And it is probably one of the best games I can think of that really puts you in those uncomfortable shoes that I'm afraid to say I've been in so many times. And I think many of us have been in.
Oh, yes.
So, honestly, if you have the heart to play the game, I say go for it. It's really a wonderful story.
That's great.
Anyway.
And I also recommend Beastie Ball on the side.
Yes. Anyway, to the next track.
The moving truck pulls up, there's a knock on the door. Now all your stuff is here, in boxes on the floor. You open up a box, there is so much to do. I open up my heart, this is now a home for two.
I think that should be all. Any guesses? Madhog?
Unpacking.
You are correct,
What?
sir.
What, really?
This is from...
Yes!
This is the credit music to Unpacking.
Yes! 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 I'm so glad. Okay.
Actually, Carl, I'm curious. Was that your answer as well?
No, my answer was going to be moving out.
I know about this game called Unpacking, which is literally about moving into a new home and unpacking the stuff that you have brought from the old home, and you decorate the room to make it feel like it's home. And this end credits made me think this seems appropriate for a game that's quite literally about making a new home for yourself. I might as well say unpacking, even though I'm surely going to be wrong about it. What?
I actually did not peg anyone to get this one.
I knew the game, but I didn't know the name, and I was furiously typing the game where you move houses.
I love Unpacking just because it's such a simple game, but it does so much with so little, especially for narrative purposes, from just the objects you're taking out of the boxes. And the game even starts with with you as a child basically decorating your bedroom just to sell the idea before it gets even bigger and bigger as you go through this person's life. It is genius, and it is also, the music has no right to be this good.
Well, this harkens back to a conversation we already had, in that composers, they have to show how good they are, regardless of which games their material is used to, because that is what makes a good portfolio. Again, this is a lesson we learned from the absolute genius that was Tim Fallen. I'm still not winning, but at least I get this.
Take the W when you can, my friend.
Yes.
Madhog.
Mischief Makers.
No, it's not Mischief
I hate how long that pause was.
Mati,
Is this from a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game?
you have the right company, but not the right series or game. Icy Pal.
Oni.
No. This is from a very obscure arcade game by the name of Mystic Warriors, made by the same people who made Sunset Riders. And I say this here. This is a game I expect to see in a higher tier than tier 1. Because this was considered a spiritual sequel to Sunset Riders. But not many people have played this one. Because you had an argument with me about Sunset Riders being tier 2.
Yes, and I'm still standing by that.
And I'm still standing that it's in the zeitgeist of everyone points to it when they think of Konami.
They think of Metal Gear Solid and Castlevania.
Yes, but anyway, enough about that. On to the next track that I don't think you're gonna get, but we'll play it anyway. Okay, that's enough of that track. Icy Pal.
Rats Rock Angels.
No. Mati.
The herb seems in the city.
Nope. Madhog.
Tulip.
No. Sorry.
You don't even know what that is, do you?
Nope. That's why I was thinking about it for a little bit.
Good to know. Good to know.
Anyway, this is from an obscure RPG on the PS1 called Legend of Legaia. This specific piece plays in an optional area where you can play a dancing rhythm minigame, which is in a disco-themed area that is located within a town that is an entire tower with multiple floors.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Legend of Legaia that RPG that implements fighting game moves into its turn-based combat system?
Yes.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
It is that one. Also, I only put this game... Well, me and Danton put this game in this list because we both wanted to show this name that is actually in the game.
Let's see. All these... no. Oh, no. Okay.
These nuts!
Thank you for the thumbnail.
I do know about this game that it's from the composer of Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. This came out in 1998, by the way. The original translation of this guy's name is supposed to be Old Days because every character is supposed to basically be like a pun on something, and he exposits to you basically the history of the world, essentially the old days, the good old days.
But now it is old days, and this game has aged far better now for that.
It was setting a trend before the trend even begun.
All this.
It's an awful pun, and I love it, and it's a meme as well now, in my opinion. Oh god, Madhog, you're gonna hate me for this one. Madhog.
Mischief makers.
No.
Okay.
This is not in this list.
Thank you for telling me that now.
I'll play a little more just to torture you all. Enough of this farce. Mati?
Moon RPG.
No. Icy Pal?
The Amazing American Circus.
You'd wish. But anyway, this is from the, what I would call the poor man's version of Power Stone, with a popular IP that shouldn't really work with this. It's Tom and Jerry.
Oh, that one! I know about that one. Yes, it's the Tom and Jerry Power Stone clone. That's a thing that exists.
And specifically, this comes from the stage simply called Italy.
Oh, that's why you said I was going to hate it. I thought this was circus music.
I thought it was French.
You have to explain to me, when did the accordion become associated with Italy? I thought it was associated with France. Americans don't know their stereotypes anymore.
Is it bad that I'm British and I apparently don't know stereotypes, apparently?
You invented stereotypes. You should be the first one to recognize them. Not you, the English in general.
Yeah.
Not you personally. It's not like you had a time machine and went back in time.
Adds to the list of things I'm going to do when I finish building the time machine.
What, you're going to go back in time and invent racism?
I guess.
At least. Stereotyping. The subgenre of racism. Anyway, let us continue on to track number 8. Madhog?
Is this one of the Commando games?
No, it's not. Oh, Icy Pal.
Company of Heroes.
Again, I see why you'd think that, but no.
You know, that's actually what I meant. I was going to be wrong anyway.
Let's end it there. Mati.
Brothers in Arms.
You're all going for a similar theme when it's not even close to what the game actually is. Danton, you're the one who chose this game, so why don't you tell them?
Warhammer, isn't it?
You tell them.
Okay. It's from a RTS game called Kohan 2.
Okay.
Danton, I think you need to explain what this game is.
Kohan 2 is a very obscure RTS game. Its full title is Kings of War. It has a very, I would say, very in-depth government system that you can choose basically for each race. So you could have a pretty much a tribal democracy or or basically a sort of medieval style, but with a tribal government sort of thing going on. The story is not worth talking about. and the systems are complicated.
So let us go on to the knife track, the penultimate track of this tier.
Let's.
Oh, look, what clever children. See them study, watch them learn. How I hate those goodies, how they make my stomach turn.
Okay, let's see, who came first? Mati.
I am mean.
Yes, you be correct.
Matti came before me.
Yes, he did,
Yes.
sadly. Sorry. Madhog, were you going to guess I am mean?
No, I was going to guess Skylanders.
Oh, boy.
Look, those clever children. Watch them. How I hate those goodies, how they make my stomach turn. I got a little secret.
Got a little
secret.
That'll really make 'em cry.
Okay, I will have to remember it in the incorrect order.
Magic from a special kind of guy. This book is made to order.
Okay, I think that's enough of I am mean. But yeah, it's pretty much obscure to me, this one. But I only know it because I was researching the people who made the Zelda CDI games cutscenes. And I Am Mean is one of their finest works, I would say.
I think we need several asterisks for that sentence.
That's why I said it that way.
Next to doubt.
It's basically a child-friendly Doom clone.
Yeah.
Animation Magic. That's what they were called, the studio. They also made the cutscene. They also made the animated cutscene, the alternative animated cutscene, I should say, for the never-released Warcraft adventure game.
I was going to say it until you said it.
Yes, well, me and Devar covered that one already a few years ago. So
it was interesting, and honestly, it was probably one of their better works, I would say, generously. Considering
I would
that,
say it's obvious why they cancelled it.
do you know what I remember?
What do you remember?
Which is from the other animation that was not made by Animation Magic. But like I said, there were two animated introductions made for that game that was never finished by two different studios.
I never believe Goofy will join the horde.
I think that if I remember correctly, there was for that game in particular that the developers, Blizzard told the developers that it was a dragon should be smirking, like their smoke should be coming from his mouth, but they literally took it that he was smoking a hookah or something.
That's awesome!
Deathwing, one of the most threatening dragons in all the series, smoking just a hookah.
That's amazing. This reminds me of a classic miscommunication story that happened for an episode of Dexter's Laboratory back in the 90s, when they gave storyboard instructions to the Korean animators, because they would ship the storyboards to Korea, you see. They still do that. And the audience at the end of that episode literally takes off, flies off in the distance for no reason whatsoever. It was an obvious mistake, but they decided to keep it in because it was too funny.
I still remember that episode. I was thinking that was a weird moment.
That was a weird way to end that episode. The audience just takes off for no reason.
Shall we get to the final track?
We've come this far.
Madhog.
I'm going to be very cheeky here and say Quest 64.
No.
I thought so.
Yeah, there was no way I put that game in here. Not yet.
Not yet.
Icy Pal. Icy Pal.
Harvest Moon.
No. I never even played a single Harvest Moon, just so you know, so... Mati.
Tactics Ogre 64?
That's a nice one to tell me, but no, I'm afraid not. This comes from a game that Danton has played, but I have not, called Mystic Ark. Danton, if you please.
This is sort of a spiritual successor to Seventh Saga, made by a lot of the original devs. It is an RPG where you pretty much start in a house as a statue. You get by some weird force or collector. The game is based around delving into different worlds of this weird interdimensional house collection of this collector, and you're trying to find a way out, essentially. The title of this music is very long. I do not remember it off the top of my head, but I remember it being absurd.
Yes, the title of the piece of music is probably the most absurd title I've heard. It's called Good Day. How are you? This is your everyday usual person.
Okay. That's fun.
Yes, it is a very silly title to say that it sounds like a serious RPG title, and yet here it is.
This is almost long enough to be the title of an isekai anime.
Okay, shall we preview the scores before the inevitable omen arrives?
I mean, sure. Oh, exactly 10 points away.
Exactly 10 points away.
So if Madhog guessed the final boss correctly, then we have to have a tiebreaker.
Yes, so Icy Pal, still in last, has 7 points. Madhog in second, with 13 points, the Bildratch. And Mati Mali, 23 points in first
This
place.
is the most cruel disparity so far.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be that big if you didn't have that extra point system.
Well, I'm going to say this. One, we've had this sort of disparity before. I will say that much. Where someone was in the lead, and I think it was you, Matty, with this amount of points. We have got the final battle. That's right. As much like last time.
Do you have a jingle for it?
I'm afraid not, no.
This is the final battle.
So much like last time, guys. 3 chances to get the right answer for the game it comes from. 2 different video game tracks to listen to. And 1 winner to be had in this game.
Which is Matti. If by any chance at all I get 10 points, then it's a draw.
I can accept a draw.
Madhog would want a death match, unlike me. The first of 2 tracks.
This is familiar.
Okay, and we'll go to the second track, which I warn you, I'm not going to play too long of, because, well...
Okay, I get it. Very unpleasant. I think I get the gist of it.
No, we should keep going.
The whiplash.
The thing is, these both sound very familiar to me. Is there going to be some sort of hint system to this?
I can give one hint right now. But or should we do it after you guess the first time?
I think that would be.
I think we should do it. I think we should do it. What's your first guesses then for where these two tracks come from?
Are they from the same game?
Yes, they are.
They are from the same game.
Okay.
Messiah for the PlayStation 2.
It is not from that. No. Mati.
Soma Union.
No. Icy Pal, do you have a guess?
Broken Sword.
I do not know how Broken Sword would have the second track, honestly, but no, it is not that. Because, oh boy. So, okay, to narrow it down for you, this game was released on the Dreamcast.
Oh boy. Oh, that...
Oh no.
Madhog?
Is it Illbleed?
It is not Illbleed.
Dang it!
But I appreciate Illbleed as an answer for the reasons I find the reviews of it funny. Do either of you two have an answer for what it could be?
Or do you want to listen to the tracks again?
Do you want to listen to the tracks again? Especially the
I would
second
like
one?
to listen to the first one.
Yeah, if you could play the first one again.
Okay. First, Mati, you about to make a guess?
Seaman.
I know which game you are referring. I know of which game you are talking, but the way you said it, just
I'm just flawed that you would bring that game up. Honestly,
I don't think that game had any music in the first place.
Okay. Icy Pal?
Sword of the Berserk Guts' Rage.
Sorry, that's not the one.
That was a good guess, though.
It was a guess that it was. Do you want to hear the second one again?
No! No, we're good. I'm good. Personally.
I spelled Mati. Do you want to hear it?
No.
Keep playing it.
Oh, the first one, okay. Okay, I think that should be enough. Okay, I think I should probably give another hint, but I'm trying to think what would be a good hint without giving too much away.
Hold on.
What is...
Yes, sorry. Okay, yeah. Blue Stinger.
Okay, first of all, Matti, I hit the buzzer way earlier than you. Wait your goddamn turn. First of all. Also, don't look up the answers online, Matti. You should be disqualified for that.
I know the name. I know the game, but I didn't know the name.
Okay, so it was a 2.5D platform game.
Okay, so it's not the answer I was going to give. Okay, good to know.
which was released only in Japan in October of 2000.
There is no freaking way anybody could guess it.
Only in Japan.
Yep, only in Japan this game was released, and it even got a recent English translation patch.
Huh.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a final boss, all right.
Yep, just like the first time I brought out a final boss with you guys.
Yes, they are supposed to be ridiculously hard. So I'm never going to guess this one, not even in a million bajillion years.
So, Madhog, do you want to at least throw something in there?
Sure, I'll throw something in. A punch.
Don't worry, but I'll get to you, Icy Pal. Madhog still needs to answer because he buzzed in it ages ago. It's just I was really mulling over hints.
Yes, I was waiting for him to deliver a hint, and as you might have noticed right now, I have been stalling for time purposefully, so now I'm going to give my answer right now.
Which is?
Shenmue 1.5, The Great Adventure. I don't know.
It was a valiant effort, but you fall off a cliff. Matti, what's your guess?
The only other Dreamcast game I know aside from Sonic's is Skies of Arcadia. That's not it.
That is not it, no. Icy Pal.
Is it that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game that came out on Dreamcast?
No. Oh, wow. I did not expect you to say that one. Oh, boy. Okay. I think everyone's used up their guesses.
Everyone's used up all three of their guesses.
Let me play this track.
Why would you do this to us?
It's not that bad.
Because I don't know, it just seems fitting for failure. Basically, in the menus.
Oh, so you're hearing it constantly then?
Yes.
Great.
So yeah. The music has a lot of range, surprisingly. Some worse than others, as you have heard. But the game this is from is a game called Napple Tale.
Yep, never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yep. As I said, it was probably the most obscurest thing I could find. This music is ridiculous in its range. We must have it on the show.
Okay, I must compliment you. Good job in finding the most obscure, devilishly obscure video games to present to us. I like that. I have taught you well. I will outdo you.
Oh dear.
I feel you already do sometimes.
Napple Tale. Okay, now this actually looks almost like a Mattis drawing.
Wow.
I did not mean it as an insult, by the way. I think your art, if nothing else, is very distinct.
I still don't trust this guy.
And also, unlike me, you are still drawing to this day. You have not stopped trying.
I mean, I only still draw because I don't have money to hire anyone better.
With that said, Matti, you are our winner for tonight.
Yes, there is no need to repost the score. I will simply scroll back up and show it.
Don't worry, Danton already posted it.
There it is.
You need to learn to be a more graceful loser.
This is the most graceful I can be.
I'm going to say that there were a few ups and a few downs, but I'm proud of all of you for trying, at least.
No, you're not.
I am. No, I'm serious. I'm proud of you all.
Believe better of people. It would encourage you to be better yourself.
The only thing I know is that I like being a host so much more than being a contestant.
It's a nice feeling to bring.
It would be interesting to see you versus Icy Pal match.
I think I would win.
If I'm taken out of here, this would have been a maybe bit different result.
I mean, I'm still the biggest loser of this show, so Madhog would still win, even if you weren't here.
No, that's me.
Actually, no, Danton, you won.
I thank you, my friends, for listening to these pieces of music that I either find interesting, absolutely spellboundingly gorgeous, fun, bombastic, or even absolutely ridiculous.
It will haunt my nightmares till the day I die.
I don't trust this guy.
And so I drift down to Davy Jones's locker.
En luota tähän jätkään.
But anyway, that's it.
I still don't trust this guy.
As of tonight, we have reached the end of the episode. And congratulations, Matti, for ending the year or beginning the year, depending on when this comes out, in style, so to speak.
I humbly accept your congratulations.
Yes, I can tell by your tone of voice. Anyway, enough about that. Devar, play us off with White Tiger.
Oh, I just stopped the stream just now as well.
It's no use.
It doesn't matter. I'll fix it in post. I'll place it here at the end of the episode. White Tiger, play us off, baby. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Everyone.
白きマントただ風であらわる Show me baby